Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Trey, and let's talk about Batgirl issue number 6, mother-daughter bonding. So, as we picked up, Cassandra is captured along with Lady Shiva, and Lady Shiva was like, "Wow, you had a failure of a rescue daughter." And then she was like, "You got taken out by Caden the Unseen by a mere punch." And they kind of bicker a little bit about why does the Unburdened want you? And then the Unburdened finally comes in and call her Girl of Bats. Lady Shiva is the one who woke us up, and she is the one who stepped on everything and betrayed us. um, and she was like, "Are you even surprised by your mother's actions?" She was like, "We were." Caden the Unseen basically stated that we were fine. We were underground. We didn't know anything, and then we trusted Lady Shiva, and she taught us. She reminded us of our terrible origins, and then she betrayed us and took the seeds, took the blue poppies, because Lady Shiva always have to conquer something. There's no challenge too great for her to conquer. And Cassandra was like, "That's again, see, it's your fault." And she was like, "I am tired of your judgment, Cassandra." She was like, "Since you have said that since the day you met me." But she's like, "Everything is always your fault. Why do you do this?" And then she was like, "I am Lady Shiva. I am what I am." And then Jashin comes to help him out. He frees Cassandra and Lady Shiva. And Cassandra was like, "No, we need to leave this place. We need to get up out of here." Like she was like, "We need to continue the fight." And before anything happens, one of the unseen killed Jasheen, and she was like, he was like, tell my daughter that she is loved." And Cassandra, enraged, attacks some of the Burtons or whatever. But she was like, "We have to escape. We have to get out of here." And then she was like, "The woman killed Jasheen," and then Lady Shiva was explaining to her that Nugler, the unknown, is unburdened and the masters of weapons and poison. So, what good could we do if she has all those abilities and we're surrounded by all of them right now? She was like, we have to find a way to get the blue poppies, and we have to destroy them." And Cassandra was like, "No, we're going to do this my way. We've done it your way for now, and look at us. It's gotten us captured." And then she was like, "Do you trust me?" And then she was like, "What?" And then Lady Shiva picks Cassandra up and nose dive into the raging waters below the cavern. And Lady Shiva saves Cassandra while other people tried to follow them, but the water was too great and rushed them aside. And then they had this moment where they looked at each other and they were like idiots. And then she was like, Cassandra was like, "So who leads them?" And then Lady She was like, "Who leads who?" Hayden the Unseen, the Unburdened, who's their leader? And then she was like, they were led by the strongest of the League of Shadows. And if the leader defeated Caden, wait, yeah, if the leader defeated Caden, then if the leader was defeated by Caden, then that means he is now the leader. And she was like, "I pray that one day you never have to face Caden the Unseen at his full power, because while they have the blue poppies, they're unstoppable." And then we need to basically, Lady Cassandra, not Lady Cassandra, Lady Shiva was basically like, "We need to find an escape. We need to get out of here." And um, and then Cassandra kept questioning her. She was like, "But why? Why all of this and stuff like that?" She was like, "What do you not understand? You are sacred to me, my daughter. I don't want anything to happen to you. You are sacred to me, not anything else in this world." And Cassandra couldn't believe it, because Cassandra can know people's true emotions by their feeling, their touches, or whatever. And she knows that Lady Shiva was telling the truth. That the thing that scares Lady Shiva the most in this world is Cassandra being killed because of her actions, which is kind of crazy to really think that Lady Shiva really has like a soft spot for Cassandra because of the way that she kind of treats Cassandra anyway. And then she was like, "Okay, but we need to figure out a way to get out. We're gonna do this my way now. We've had it your way. And then she's like, we're going to get up out of this cave or whatever. And then she's like, once we escape, then I'm done with you, and we never have to speak again. And I never want to see you again. And then she's like, very well, as you wish. What do you propose, daughter of the bat? She was like, something my father taught me. And then we see like a cave full of bats, right? Which is pretty cool. We see the bats or whatever. So Batman must have taught Cassandra his his thing to hide and use the bats as a surrounding to thwart the enemies or whatever, because then Jasheen and them were like, where is where's Lady Shiva? Where is the daughter of the bat? Which is kind of cool. I like how they're very respectful to the fact that she wants to be known as Batman's daughter, and that even though people know that she's Lady Shiva's daughter, they do see her as Batman's daughter, which is kind of cool because they never mentioned David Kane, who is her birth father, but Batman is her father. That's her family, which Lady Shiva has said that, her family makes her weak, her chosen family anyway. And she's like, no, my chosen family makes me strong. So then we cut to like all these scenes of Lady Shiva and Batgirl just tearing up the scenes. Like they flipping black, they flipping, doing backflips, they beating up the enemies like it ain't nobody business. It's just effortless, which that is what a Batgirl story is supposed to be anyway. With Cassandra Cain is more fighting than talking. So I kind of don't like that this issue has Cassandra talking a little bit too much for my liking, but I get it because she has learned English, so it makes sense that she's talking. But I still don't like her being so talkative, if that makes sense. Like, no, I don't need you being that talkative. So Cassandra uses the bats to distract the unknown, the unseen, and she defeats them. And then she um, gathers Lady Shiva, and then they escape the cave, which Lady Shiva was proud. And then she was like, I have the bike over here to go after um, our escape. So even more of the unseen comes out, right? And then she was like, this is where we part ways, Cassandra. And then she was like, what are you talking about? She was like, Lady Shiva yields no more. And she was like, just know that, if you may live, let death be the greatest challenge yet. And she was like, no, you can't die. And she was like, no, go on. She was like, go, let me be soft once more. So basically telling Cassandra, she's basically telling Cassandra that, she cares for her in the way that she can only tell her. So that was pretty something. And she fights off as many of the ninjas as she can. And Cassandra's having a monologue about what is a mother. Is it a person that simply birthed you, or someone that protects? And then she's like, no, a mother is someone who protects, someone who teaches. She may cause pain, yet, but she also nurtures, and a mother sacrifice for her child so her child may live even if she dies. And then we see Cassandra continue to go off. And then we see Jasheen, he has the symbol of Lady Shiva, indicating that she might have died. And that's kind of it. And now Cassandra to, rides off into the sunset, crying because she fears that her mother is dead. But overall, I think it was a really cool issue of Batgirl. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.